Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, and it's Monday the 12th of December. So much to talk about with the weather during today. I'll try and get through it as quick as I possibly can. First thing first, a very windy week coming up. Looks as if we're going to be seeing some severe gales at times. We're going to be seeing gusts perhaps 80, 90 miles an hour. Reason is the jet stream is directly over the top of us, and that's producing these areas of strong winds, basically hooking up areas of low pressure, allowing them to develop and driving them into the country. So let's take a look then at how things progress. This is the GFS model from weatheronline.co.uk. And incidentally, this site's all kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the site. So if you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It generates revenue for us, and it also tells the sponsor that you like what we're doing. Of course, if you see an advert and it's not relevant to anything you want, then don't click on it. But it's that generates the revenue to keep the site going. So times on the charts here. This is Monday morning at 9 o'clock. As I run through the sequence, you'll notice first spell of strong winds coming through southern and southeastern England at around about between 6 and 9 this evening. This bringing gusts I think up to 60 miles an hour along some southern coast of the country, and some pretty heavy spells of rain moving through too during the course of tonight. That clears out the way. Low pressure is going to be north of Scotland. Look, below 950 millibars up there, so very, very low. And then through tomorrow we get another breezy day with sunshine and showers. However, this is the system that causes me a little bit of concern. This is the system that comes through during Wednesday. Now, it's deepening quite quickly. It travels through the southern uplands, and to the south of it, look how close together those isobars are. I think this could bring 80 mile an hour gusts through Wales, 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts through the Midlands, and quite easily 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts across southern England, perhaps 70 miles an hour through the Channel. So that's one that causes me some concern. Much lighter winds further north. Then as we progress through, well, the system just gets going once again. Look, as we're getting towards Thursday, this deep area of low pressure coming across. Now, this is the GFS model, and it does have it a little bit further south than others. Others have got it further north. I think this is likely to be further north. I think it's probably going to be passing somewhere across southern parts of Scotland, which means that the whole of England, Wales and Ireland is at risk from some very strong winds, 70 to 80 mile an hour gusts to the south of the low within those regions, 90 miles an hour easily on the coast, and some very heavy rain going through it as well. This is the one that could completely change our weather as we get into the weekend. I think it probably will. Watch, there it is clearing eastwards. Look, the wind's then coming round into a northwesterly direction, so this then brings colder air down across the country, and I think progressively colder air through Saturday and into Sunday, with an increasing risk of some snow showers around the coast, particularly northern and eastern Scotland, northeast England, northwest England, North Wales, perhaps down into parts of the Midlands as well during the course of Saturday into Sunday, but we need to watch that. But then look, here is what's been called Simon's area of high pressure building out in the Atlantic, because I've been consistently saying that's what I think is going to happen, and I think that could be a shift in conditions. It's not backed up by models particularly at the moment, apart from, interestingly enough, once again the Canadians are coming in online with this idea of the high building through. So excuse me, that's the shorter term. Let's just show you what's going on longer term. These are the 7 to 10 day means. On the left is the ECMWF, on the right is the GFS, and this is the 500 millibar flow. This is valid from next Monday through to Thursday the 22nd, and it's the mean of the 500 millibar heights. Now look, both of them building heights down towards the southwest of the country here and also here, and building these heights across northern Russia. Now I've said all the way through it would be a link that I'd be looking for between these two to start to think about blocking coming in, and you can see this link here trying to get established, and here too. What's stopping it is this deepening trough of the eastern states with this feature here, but I've got a feeling this may well get stuck. I think this may deepen, get stuck over the northern states, bring a trough into the eastern states and the western Atlantic, and then build an omega ridge across Europe, which would put high pressure somewhere across eastern parts of the UK during the middle to the end part of next week, taking us into Christmas week. Very little backup from the models on this just at the moment. These are the Arctic Oscillation forecasts from Ryan Maury's excellent website. Now what these are showing is the last few runs of the GFS. The blue line here is the actuals, and then all these little circles here are from forecast runs, and you can see the various different times of the forecast runs down the right hand side here. Notice how they're literally all over the place. Got one here, got an orange one here, got the green one in here, and here's the latest run with these big circles going down here. So look at that, but then look at this. This is from the Canadian model, and this is the one that you'll know that I've been following. What I want you to notice, it doesn't go quite as far ahead as the GFS yet, but look, you see how the runs have been fairly consistent, peaking up the AO and then bringing it back down. So the Canadian model is actually exhibiting more consistency than the GFS in its predictions. That's not to say it won't be wrong, but it's exhibiting more consistency. Once we get into a neutral or negative AO, that's where the winds around the Arctic Circle start to get lighter. So we get lighter westerly wind, and it tends to mean that Europe may well go into a colder spell of weather, and you can see how that process is taking place during the this weekend and into the beginning of the week after, although it does try and pick it up as we get before Christmas. So it's all picking up on some evidence. Now this is the crucial one for me. This is from the Canadian ensemble model, valid for next Tuesday. Excuse me. You see that high? Look at the size of the high out towards the west of the UK. It extends and it's linking through to the high over Russia, with another high building off the eastern parts of the States. And here's our trough look, trapped in the western Atlantic with low pressure in the Mediterranean. This is exactly the scenario that I'd be looking for. Low pressure in the Med, high pressure linking through the UK into Russia. This would set us up for a drier week and a cooler week next week, an increasing risk of frost through the week, and would take us into a cold, dry Christmas period. But that is not what the models are saying. I really do stress that's not what the models are actually picking up on just at the moment. I mean, if I show you, this is valid for midnight on Friday the 23rd look from the Canadian. They've shifted the high south. Yes, they've linked it through to Europe. Still got low pressure in the Mediterranean, but they're breaking through low pressure towards the north once again, look. And if we knock it onto Christmas Eve, the high pressure is shifted towards the south, low pressure towards the north. I still believe this high is going to be further north with low pressure out here somewhere. We'll wait and see, but the models are starting to come in line with my idea, my thinking, but they're just not showing it in the detail. Again, I could be completely wrong, the models might be right, but this is what I'm looking for. So basically we go through a wet, windy spell of weather this week, exceptionally windy at times, and then settle off into, well, we go much cooler this weekend with the risk of snow showers, and then we go into a frostier, drier period during the early middle part of next week, and I believe that will last through the week and into the Christmas period. It will be frosty and could become foggy at times, but the models say not. The models say middle part of next week we start to become a little less cold, we still stay dry, and that takes us through into Christmas. We'll wait and see. We'll see who's right. I'm not hanging my hat on it just yet, but I'm getting more confident in the forecast that I'm giving you. Okay, thanks again for watching. Don't forget, the ads generate the revenue for the site here. Don't forget to tell your friends about it, and keep the sun shining.